Well, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the semi-finals of the Dynamic Billiard Lasko Open here in Slovenia. It's an all-Polish affair. Wiktor Zielinski against Wojciech Szewczyk. This is a race to 9, alternate break and a shot clock on the match. 35 seconds the player has to execute the shot. The referee will call time after 25 seconds, so the player knows they have 10 seconds to execute that shot. Otherwise there's a time foul. So exciting match coming up here for you all. Second semi-final will follow this, starting at 5:30, and the final scheduled for 7 o'clock this evening, all local time here in Slovenia. There we have Wojciech Szewczyk bidding for his first Eurotour title, while his younger compatriot Wiktor Zielinski has had reasonable success coming into this event. He won the last Eurotour in 2021 in Treviso, Italy. Prior to that, he won again in Italy 2 years before, so Italy probably Wiktor's favorite place. As the referee, Daniel Herberstraat from Germany, just sorts out the rack there. Wiktor looks on in the background. We have rack number 1, Wiktor Zielinski breaking off in a race to 9. Super break there from Wiktor. 3 balls off of the break. Cue ball, center of the table. A nice position for the 2. Super break there from Wiktor. A lot of power. Always overcooked that a little bit. Wanted to stay lower, a little bit below the 4 there, because of that 5 ball down the bottom of the screen. He's now going to have to come behind that and take it up the long rail. That's a good position. It's almost straight on the 8, but with a 9 ball sitting in the rack area, almost anywhere on the table will do. Direct line to the corner pocket, and Wiktor Zielinski for a nice break and run. And a 1-0 lead over Wojciech Szewczyk, who will be up next, breaking. There we have a few more people coming in. A lot have gone out for dinner at the moment, so I expect a lot of people to be coming back. We have a lovely restaurant downstairs. Unfortunately, too good. Wojciech turn to check the rack. I'm just pointing out there's possibly a little gap in there. Referee going to try and correct it, try and get it as best as possible for both of these players. Before the tournament, the referees proceed round and just tap gentle divots into the cloth in the rack area. It makes the balls sit nice and frozen together. Equal for both players. As Szewczyk breaks off in rack number 2. He also getting a decent split on the break. Making a couple of balls. He's got a shot on the 1. Fortunately, the 3 ball is also up there. Roll this in and bounce off the side cushion. Nicely onto the 3 ball. Just looking now where he wants to place the cue ball for that pink 4. That's looking like a perfect spot to park the cue ball. Well, keeping position 4 to 5. Playing a little bit of reverse English. He's got a bridge awkwardly next to that 8 ball. Beautiful stroke there. You watch that again. You see the way the cue travelled all the way through. Perfect stroke. Wow, really trying to punch that. Would like to have seen it a little bit further out in the table. Wojciech certainly make this 8. And now the 9 to tie the match up all level. 1 apiece. There you have it. Wojciech Szewczyk, a break and run, as did Wiktor Zielinski. Both these players showing that they mean business. Wiktor is up next to break. And Szewczyk, Wojciech, is looking for his first victory on the Eurotour. Surprising, considering he's been around a little while now, had some good results on the European Championships, but the Eurotour has always seemed to elude him. 5th place. I think 3rd place he was in, but it's just that final. Just looking back at Wojciech, he was in the final back in 2012. He's in the Austrian Open, lost the final. But it's been a while, 10 years to make your 2nd final. Too long to wait. And again, 3 balls offered a break from Victor. He has got a sledgehammer of a break. Found the sweet spot. Left a thin cut on the 3. It should be okay. He wants the cue ball about where it is now, actually. Because that'll give him the angle on the 4 to get back over for the 5. You can slide that up past the 8. Watch the cue ball. Centre pocket is getting close. Nah, he's good. Two, 1, Wiktor Zielinski. 3 racks and 3 break and runs. That's the quality of this semi-final. And these 2 Polish players. Second semi-final coming up between Albania's Eklund Kaci and Germany's Joshua Filler. That's starting at 5:30 local time. And again, 7 o'clock is the final, where one of these 2 hope to be. Just see there the conclusion of that rack. Wojciech Szewczyk to break. Trailing 2 games to 1. 3 racks, 3 break and runs. On a good break again from Wojciech. 2 balls off of the break. The blue 2 is the next ball he's got to take, sitting next to the 9. I've been watching quite a few matches here on this main TV table over the last couple of days. And these 2 are certainly breaking better than any of the players who came to this table. Consistent. Cue ball close to the rail there. He can't afford just to roll this in. Let the 3 just drop. He's on the 4. That 6 obviously goes past the 7. And there you see, looking good. Nice 6 ball now. He can just let the cue ball bump into the 8, or he can just try and draw it behind. Either one will do. Yeah, not taking a chance. Bumping into the 8. Would have pushed the 8 towards a cushion. So better leave it out in the open. Wojciech Szewczyk. 2-2 now with Wiktor Zielinski. Both of these players showing tremendous skill. And 4 racks, 4 break and runs. I mean, that is some level. And it's the best I've seen at this event so far. I did say that the break here on the main table hasn't been as good as these two. We have just a minute or two. Wiktor making the 1 ball and the 4 off of the break there. The 2 ball is next. And again, a very, very nice spread. Wiktor here making this look very, very easy indeed. For a 3-2 lead over fellow countryman Wojciech Szewczyk. An amazing start to this match. 5 racks, 5 break and runs. Who is going to fail first? That's the question. You need to keep it going. And Wojciech knows. Wiktor is on form, so he's going to have to do something very, very special to steal a rack off of Wiktor's break. Wiktor's had 3 breaks so far, and in total 8 balls have been made off of the break, off of Wiktor's break. So a sledgehammer he has. And Wojciech is no slouch either. He's got 2 break and runs under his belt. Is he going to make it 3 in a row? Well, again, 3 balls off of the break. These two have really found that sweet spot. Honestly, I have not seen in the previous 2 days any breaks like these two are showing here. It's like it's a different table. Remember the Matikainen-Suke match. Matikainen 7 breaks, 5 illegal, 1 dry. These two showing how it should be done. And look at that for position. Extremely well executed. Oh, first mistake of the match. And it goes to Wojciech Szewczyk. Just wondering whether the time call just played on his mind there. Normally not. The referee don't shout in their ear, just enough that they're aware that they have 10 seconds left. Wojciech Szewczyk making the first mistake. Oh, and Wiktor. Well, well, well. 5 racks, 5 break and runs. You wait for a mistake and 2 come along at the same time. First from Wojciech and now from Wiktor. That must be pleasing to Wojciech. He knows giving Wiktor a game is not an ideal thing. Wiktor giving it back certainly plays into this man's hands. Wiktor will be kicking himself. Great opportunity there to take a 4-2 lead. And with Wiktor breaking up next, it could have been even more. I'm wondering how that will affect Wiktor. That was terrific positional play to get on that 3. That was Wojciech's first miss. And Wiktor repaying the favour. Rack number 7. Wiktor Zielinski breaking. 3 games all. Thought the 9 was going to drop there. Only 1 ball for Wiktor on the break. Didn't really hit the sweet spot there. You can see the 1, 7, 6 all close together there. So after 5 break and runs, a couple of mistakes in the last rack. And now a tough opening shot for Wiktor Zielinski. Good shot there. Very good shot there, but he sort of got the 7 in the mix with a 5 there. Not too bad, but without the 7, there's a lot more space on the table when you eventually get to the 5. That's where he wants the cue ball. Come up a little bit short for that one. Wanted to be a little bit out in the table there. You just roll the 8 up to the corner. A cue ball, swing over to the opposite rail. He's going to have to just play with a little bit more conviction. Still does it very well. And this 9 ball to put himself back in the lead again. 4 games to 3, Wiktor Zielinski leading, and the racks are going in the order of the breaker. So Wojciech Szewczyk is up next to break. This is a race to 9. Wiktor getting ever closer. And Wojciech is just playing catch up here. Almost blew it in the last rack, but he was saved, and that 1 ball shot there from Wiktor sealed that rack. Wojciech Szewczyk breaking off in rack 8, trailing 3 games to 4. Wojciech has turned out 3 balls off of the break. The next ball is the red 3, but the brown 7 is obscuring the path to the corner. I think Wojciech is just going to send the 3 ball back up table and try and stick the cue ball down there behind the 7. Or is he? Okay, behind the 6, he tried. Bumping into the 6 has left the gap for Wiktor. It's a tough 3, this. Very, very thin cut. Ah, great shot. That was a lot tougher than he made it look. Very thin cut, cue ball close to the rail. This is not a nice shot. Taking any ball past that centre pocket is not what these players like. Got to be careful it doesn't hit one of the knuckles. He avoided him, and he's made the 6. Good shot there, Wojciech Szewczyk. Always difficult playing a ball past the centre pocket. And with the acute angle, he had to play it. Made this rack available. Wojciech Szewczyk ties the match up, 4 games each. Neither player giving much away. We had that one instance where Wojciech made a foul, or made a miss, and then Wiktor did exactly the same on the next ball, where we could have had a turn around. Wiktor gave it back. Again, a little bit careless with his safety from Wiktor. Wiktor Zielinski breaking off rack number 9. 4-4 is the score. Making the 1 ball off the break, but there's a couple of clusters there. The 2 and 8 near the corner pocket, and the 3 and 9. And the 2 is the next ball Wiktor needs, and it's not available. See there, 8 ball, protecting. Oh, Wiktor playing a push out. Oh, it's called a push out. Be interesting to see what Wojciech makes of this. I'd be surprised if he takes it on. There's no need, unless you're sure you're going to get a safety. Well, he's using his extension as well. I will give it back. Well, it's a containment anyway. Got some distance between the cue ball and the 2. I think the 4 and 5 block the path to the corner. 6 and 7 up the top rail, so I think Wiktor's going to try get a safety there, and he has. With a 4 and 5 as the blockers, it's an easy out for Wojciech. Got to be careful. well executed shot. I think that cue ball just married to the 6 there won't allow Wiktor to hit the right side of the 2. I'll play this full on, draw the cue ball back behind the 7 or 6. He's used the 4, plenty of blockers available. And here will Wojciech go airborne? He will. Going for the jump stick. Someone asking there, what is the race to? It's a race to 9. Well out, good jump shot. Left the 2 in the open. Not a massive danger really, because that 3 ball is still tucked up behind the 9. So to get a good shot on that probably won't be from this 2 ball. Wiktor again trying to tie Wojciech up, sticking a cue ball behind the 7 and just coming up short. Now, is this a chance for Wojciech? I think the 2 goes past the 9 into the corner pocket. Certainly does. If he can just, I think the angle's there, he can bump into the 9 and split them up. He's actually managed even better past it, and he can take that 3 to the centre now. Is it gonna go? Wow. What is holding that up? What is holding that up? Now these floors, this is a sports hall. These floors are a little bit bouncy. So don't be surprised if you see gravity taking control, because if it hasn't, it will do now. Wiktor Zielinski picking up the 5th rack. And we have timeout here. Mandatory timeout after 9 racks. Both these players going to get a bit of fresh air. I'm going to get a drink of water. Stay with us and we shall have this remainder of the semi-final shortly. Welcome back. We are around the halfway stage of this first semi-final. Wiktor Zielinski leading 5 games to 4, with Wojciech Szewczyk breaking off. And again, a super break there, 3 balls off of the break. Both these players been retaining their own break, hence the score so close, and both players are breaking unbelievably here. So the last couple of days this table has been unforgiving on the breaks. But Wiktor and Wojciech have both found the real spot to break from. Perfectly onto that 60 hours. Wondering, is that going to travel too far? But it's perfect. Ooh, I thought he'd missed that then. But Wojciech squares it up. 5 games all. It now becomes a race to 4 between these two Polish players. Poland guaranteed a man in the final. Second semi-final coming up shortly between Albania's Ekland Kaci and Germany's Joshua Filler. That will start at 5:30. And the final is at 7 o'clock this evening, all local time here in Lasko, Slovenia. Making a ball off the break this time. Wiktor's break is not as good as it was prior to the time out there. I mean, Wiktor was really hammering it home. 3 balls off the break several times, and now only one, but an important one. It's a good safety shot from Wiktor. And he's got maybe 3 rails here. Maybe even 4. Depends on the angle. Using his extension for the time. Oh, what a terrific shot there from Wojciech. Terrific out. And he's been rewarded. The 9 ball has blocked the path to the 1. That's a lot of distance there as well. I don't see a jump shot. This has got to bank. It's got to come off the rail. Or is he? He is jumping. That's a lot of distance. He's going to have to land on this 1 ball. So if he lands before that, that cue ball's bouncing over. Got to hit the 1 ball direct. Yeah. There's a foul for you. Only Wiktor's 2nd mistake in this match. The first foul. Can you believe that? We've had 10 racks and that is the first foul. Shows you the quality of these two players. Had 1 miss each during the match, but first foul. And Wojciech Szewczyk has a golden opportunity to steal a rack off of Wiktor's break here. 5, 6, 8 and 9 will give Wojciech Szewczyk the advantage in this match. He's breaking next, so he's stealing a rack from Wiktor if he can do this. An all-important rack as well. Wojciech Szewczyk into the lead against Wiktor Zielinski. For the first time in this match, Wiktor winning the leg. From the start, it's been going each match to the breaker. First time now. One of them has relinquished their breaking advantage. It's a very, very good shot from Wiktor, but an amazing one from Wojciech. That was an amazing shot. That won him that rack. But can he move on from here and get a couple of rack advantage? It's the right time to do it. And the young man must be kicking himself again. There was a lot of distance between the cue ball and the 1 when he was jumping, but shouldn't hit the 9. And again, 3 balls off of the break. He's got a shot to the 2. It's going to be interesting in the next match coming up. See how the next 2 players handle the break here, because these 2 Polish are crucifying it. These 2 have played 11 racks. I think at least 8 of them have been break and runs, and I think that's more than we see in the 2 days prior completely. They've really found the place to break from on this table. Wiktor knows he's got a job to do now. Wojciech Szewczyk with his 6 and 9 to take a 2-rack lead. There you have it. Wojciech Szewczyk 7 games to 5 now, leading Wiktor Zielinski. Race to 9. Wiktor up next to break. He needs to pull something out of the bag here. As I said, there are a lot of people down in the restaurant Hopefully they'll be up here for tonight's final. Viktor Zielinski breaking off rack 13, trailing 5 games to 7. That's more like it. Making a couple of balls off of the break. Hasn't got the best shot for the one, although he could attempt the bank here. Got to be careful he doesn't hook himself on the pink 4, which would be the next one. That 6 ball is going to play a part in this, I think. Nice, safe. Played that with perfect weight. Cue ball didn't travel as far as it could have done, and he's on to the 4. This rack, just like a practice drill for Wiktor. Already had it all worked out, planned the route, and executed it. Now, trailing by 1 over Wojciech Szewczyk. 6 games to 7. And Wojciech is up next. We have a short break here. Mandatory couple of minutes. Wojciech Szewczyk breaking off, leading Viktor Zielinski 7 games to 6. Wow. Wow, what a turnaround. The first dry break of this semi-final. Just complimenting these 2 players for finding the sweet spot on this table, because they've been breaking like monsters. And the first dry break of this semi-final, and to Viktor's delight, it was his opponent. Looking there, I don't really see the difficult shot here. The way the balls are set out, everything seems to be natural angles. I'll just play a little bit of draw on this with the right English for the 6 ball. Left that a bit short. I have to slide the 7 up the corner. And let the cue ball just run back and forth across the table. Won't be trying to get it any lower than the centre pocket's too risky with the table. And the pocket's there, and that is perfect. Kill the cue ball dead, and he's got the 9 to the corner. And this to tie up the match, 7-7. And Wiktor is breaking up next. And he has been given a lifeline. Wojciech Szewczyk, the first dry break of this semi-final. And it was in rack 14. Once he eliminated that 2 ball, everything else seemed to be in position. Wiktor Zielinski. Wiktor Zielinski breaking off rack number 15. 7 games all. This to get him onto the hill. Look at the cue ball. Whoa, that was close. Very close to scratching. The mistakes seem to be coming at the latter part of this game. First dry break in the previous rack. And only 1 foul in the whole match so far. This being an important shot now, the 3 to the 4. His position on that 4. I think everything else is elementary. Also avoid snookering himself. He's a bit with the 8 ball, got to be careful. No, worked that one out well. Went for the bigger gap, the gap being between the 8 and 9. Instead of 8 and 6, a lot smaller that route. Still very young, Wiktor. Just into his 20s. I've got a bright future ahead of him. This 9 ball will put Wiktor Zielinski on the hill, needing 1 more to clinch the final berth. By Wojciech Szewczyk. Got to make sure he has a break and run and hope that the last rack with Wiktor breaking, something happens in his favour. But the way these two are playing, it really is impossible to see where the mistakes are coming from. 1 foul in this whole match. And total of 4 mistakes. I mean, that is some quality. A mistake, by that I mean just missing the ball, so, or hitting the knuckle. I mean, that is quality. Rack 16, Wojciech Szewczyk breaking to stay in the match. Another good break. there's one short. Wow. Wow. 2 balls off at a break. 2 balls off at a break. I thought the 4 was in the kitchen. What a disaster for Wojciech. Szewczyk. Wojciech has had 7 breaks, and that's the first illegal. And I think, oh, it's Wiktor. He got position. The 6 is down on the bottom rail. He needs to be able to get over the side. He's got position. Four balls for the young man from Poland to book his place in tonight's final. And got a good angle on the 7 there. He can roll up to the corner. He's going to be automatically going over for the 8 with a cue ball. These 3 balls put him in tonight's final. And the young man from Poland is carrying on where he left 2021. Finished that year with a win in Italy, and he's going to give himself a chance to get a win here in Slovenia tonight. Wiktor Zielinski into tonight's final, where he will face either Eklan Kaci from Albania or Joshua Filler from Germany. What a exhibition of pool that was. That really was good. 16 racks, 1 foul. And the amount of break and runs was just tremendous. Hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned. We are going to be back again shortly in 20 minutes with tonight's second semi-final, Kaci and Filler, and then at 7 o'clock for tonight's final. Thanks very much for being with us. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. See you later.